God's message today. This year, you will meet someone who honors you before you scroll past. I need you to sit with this. God has not forgotten you. And yes, even now, even at your age, in this very season, this very year, He is preparing someone who will honor you, not tolerate you, not make you feel like a burden, not act like they're doing you a favor by noticing you. Know someone who will see the depth of who you are, the power of your endurance, the radiance of your wisdom, the sacredness of your journey, and say, there she is. She's the one I prayed for. I want you to listen to this message until the end, because what you may have quietly accepted as too late, or maybe not for me, is actually the very area where God is about to prove that He is not limited by time, age, culture, or your past. You are not past your prime. You are in divine position. And this year, yes, this year, God is about to send someone who will honor not just your beauty, but your becoming. Someone who is not intimidated by your strength or confused by your depth, but called to cover it. Someone who understands that love is not just excitement, it is responsibility, and they will carry the spiritual maturity to handle who you are. You've waited, you've wondered, you've even adjusted your expectations to avoid the pain of disappointment. You've said things like, maybe I'm just meant to be alone. You've told yourself, I had my chance, or there aren't any good men out there who are also God-fearing. But can I speak prophetically to that lie that's tried to root itself in your heart? It's not over for you. It's not too late. You haven't missed your moment. In fact, the moment is approaching now, and all the waiting, all the healing, all the rebuilding, it has not disqualified you. It has equipped you, because what's coming into your life won't be impressed by surface things. They'll be drawn to your substance, to the way you carry peace, to the wisdom you walk in, to the prayers you pray when no one's watching, to your spiritual discernment, to your ability to nurture, to speak life, to hold space, and to hear. God is about to answer the prayer you stopped praying because you thought it was too bold. And He's not just sending someone to make you feel desired, He's sending someone who makes you feel safe. Someone who is whole enough not to compete with your wholeness. Someone who doesn't want to fix you because they'll recognize you're already full. You see, this isn't just about companionship. It's about covenant. And covenant doesn't care what age you are. Covenant is about timing, maturity, alignment, and legacy. This is not your last chance. This is your set time. God is not sending you someone because you're desperate. He's sending them because you're ready. Ready to be seen. Ready to be respected. Ready to be spoken to with kindness and lead with integrity. Ready to be loved with honor, not handled with caution. And to every part of you that has felt forgotten, I speak revival. To every place in your heart where you settled for less because you thought it was better than nothing, I speak restoration. To every tear you cried in secret, every anniversary of silence, every wedding you attended solo, every family event where they asked when it was going to be your turn, I speak healing. You didn't miss it. God didn't skip over you. He was preparing someone who wouldn't just pick you, but partner with you. And now, you are not just a good woman, you are a God-built woman, and the kind of man who honors that can only be sent by God. So I say this to your soul: watch till the end, not just of this message, but of your journey. Don't walk out of the waiting room too soon. Don't assume the silence means rejection. God moves in quiet places, and right now, He is moving on your behalf. He is shifting things. He is softening hearts. He is clearing paths. And this year, not someday, not eventually. This year, you will meet someone who honors you, because honor is the language of heaven, and you've been speaking it, even while others overlooked it. And now, heaven is echoing it back to you. Not just in words, but in a person who will look at you and say, "Where have you been?" And you'll smile and say, "Being prepared by God." Daughter, I need you to sit still for this, because my words are being sent, not to inspire your emotions, but to realign your identity. You are not forgotten, and you are certainly not disqualified. I know how the world has tried to make you feel like your time has passed, like your worth has an expiration date, like the dreams you carry must be buried simply because your timeline didn't unfold the way culture expected it to. But I do not operate on human clocks or cultural calendars. I am the author of time, and I say to you today that your story is far from over. In fact, I am just now turning the page to the chapter you once believed would never come. You see, I am not intimidated by age. I am not slowed by delay. I am not bound by what society deems marketable. I move in seasons of purpose, not popularity. And now, in this year, yes, this exact year, I am bringing into your life someone who sees you not as a rescue mission or a second chance, but as the divine reward you truly are. They will not just love your surface, they will honor your survival, your scars, your story, your strength. They will see what others overlooked. They will listen when others ignored. They will treasure what others took for granted. Because they won't be coming to take, they'll be coming to build. So I ask you, have you noticed the internal shifts lately? The sudden clarity, the rising boldness, that quiet sense of release from things you used to cling to. That's me. I've been refining you, not because you needed fixing, but because you needed freedom. Freedom from the lies that made you shrink. Freedom from the fear of starting over. Freedom from the pressure to pretend you're content when your heart still carries longing. I've been clearing your vision so you can recognize the difference between someone who flatters and someone who honors. I'm retraining your spirit to receive the kind of love you've prayed for without suspicion. You see, when you've spent years being strong for yourself, it's easy to forget what it feels like to be covered. But I am sending someone whose strength will match yours, whose maturity will mirror yours, and whose walk with me will sustain the both of you. Not a man who sees your independence as competition, but one who sees it as a testament to the kind of woman he's been praying for. A woman who's built by me, and while you've spent years giving, nurturing, supporting everyone else's growth, this year I am placing you into a season where you will be poured into, where you won't be the only one praying, interceding, encouraging, and holding everything together. This year, you will meet someone who shows up for you, someone who covers you in prayer without being asked, someone who listens to you without trying to fix you, someone who honors your wisdom and celebrates your faith, someone who knows how to love with reverence, not just romanticism. And no, they won't come to rescue you, because I already did that, but they will come to walk beside you, at your pace, with your purpose, and under my covering. And they won't make you feel like you're too much. In fact, they'll wonder why no one had the depth to appreciate your fullness before now. This person is not just being drawn to your beauty or your personality, they are being drawn by my spirit. And when your paths align, it won't be because of an app or algorithm. It will be because I wrote it into both of your timelines before you were born. You don't need to compete. You don't need to chase. You don't need to perform. You don't need to convince anyone to choose you. The one I am sending has eyes to see you through spiritual lenses, and they will honor you because they have spent time learning what love looks like through my eyes. They will recognize your worth not because you demand it, but because their walk with me has prepared them to carry the kind of woman you are. You are not a second option. You are a promise fulfilled. And while the world may celebrate quick sparks, I am sending you something that will last. So breathe deeply, daughter. The wait hasn't been easy, but it has been intentional. I haven't just been preparing a person, I've been preparing a rhythm, a flow, a partnership that doesn't exhaust but empowers. This year, your waiting will turn into witnessing. You will look back and see how every delay was divine. And when it happens, it will feel both unfamiliar and completely right, because it will be the first time someone sees all of you and chooses not to flee, but to honor you. You'll no longer be forced to shrink to fit someone's comfort zone. You'll be free to expand spiritually, emotionally, purposefully with someone who is safe enough to grow with. This is your year, and it will be holy. Daughter, you've walked through seasons that others didn't see. Silent seasons, stretching seasons, surrendered seasons, and through them all, you carried your desire quietly. Like a sacred ember, you refused to let go out. People saw your strength but didn't know the weight. They admired your independence but never noticed how much of it was survival. You learned to celebrate others while your heart waited without bitterness. You grew into the woman who gives, builds, encourages, prays, covers, leads, and still lies awake at night wondering if love will ever come to you. And today, I want you to hear me clearly. Yes, it will. Not just any love, but the kind of love that honors what you've carried, the kind of love that sees beyond your smile and holds space for your soul, the kind of love that doesn't just want your body, but your spirit, your mind, your journey, your future. This isn't fantasy, and it's not too late. I, the Lord your God, am sending someone who has been prepared to recognize and reverence the oil on your life. They won't shrink in your presence, they'll rise in it, because they'll be assigned to you, not distracted by you. They won't ask you to dim your light to make themselves feel brighter. Instead, they'll make sure your fire stays lit, your peace remains intact, and your growth continues in safety. You've learned to be everything for yourself, but this time I will send someone who has learned to walk with me, not out of routine, but out of reverence, and they will love you from that posture. It won't be rooted in pressure. It will be birthed from peace. And daughter, this will be the first time in a long time you'll be able to rest. Not because your life is perfect, but because your heart will no longer have to defend itself. You won't have to explain your value. It will be seen. You won't have to beg for consistency. It will be given freely. You won't have to hide your tenderness. It will be welcomed with honor. I see how you've matured, how you've grown beyond romantic fantasies and into a desire for righteous companionship. You're no longer looking for entertainment. You're looking for alignment. Someone to match your spiritual depth, your emotional maturity, your purpose. Someone who understands what it means to love with humility and lead with gentleness. Someone who has been shaped in fire, just like you. They won't be afraid of your healing. They won't compete with your strength. They won't be intimidated by your wisdom. In fact, they'll celebrate it, because they'll be the kind of person who values substance over surface. This will not be a man who comes to consume your life. He will come to cultivate it, and his presence will be confirmation, not confusion. You may have loved before, but this time will be different. Not because he's perfect, but because he's purposeful. He will pray with you, not just play with you. He will serve alongside you. He will ask about your soul, not just your schedule. And when disagreements come, he will not disappear. He will communicate, cover, and commit, not from fear, but from faith. Because what I'm bringing you into is not just a relationship, it's a season of legacy. Your love story will not just bless you, it will bless everyone who watches it unfold. The young women who think they missed their moment, the older women who think they've been forgotten, the single mothers who think God won't send someone, who'll love the child too. They will see your story and be reminded that I write endings that redeem every chapter that came before. You didn't miss it. You didn't waste too much time. You're not too experienced or too independent or too set in your ways. You are exactly the kind of woman this generation needs to see blessed. A woman who held on, pressed in, stayed faithful, stayed soft, even when it was easier to give up. And because of that, this year, you will be seen differently. Heaven is shifting the narrative. No more questions like what's wrong with her. Instead, people will say, now I see why it took time. God was preparing something holy. And when it arrives, you won't be shocked. Your spirit has known all along that God had not forgotten you. You just needed to hear it again and again. And now it is time to believe it. So take heart, daughter. Keep showing up in faith. Keep speaking what you're believing for. Don't water down your desires just to fit someone else's timeline. I made you with vision, depth, passion, power, and I will not pair you with someone who treats it lightly. This year, you will meet someone who honors you, not just because of who you are, but because of what you've overcome to become. Her daughter, I want you to receive this with your whole heart, not through the filter of your fear, not through the lens of your past, but with the full faith that I am still writing your story. I know the years have passed. I know you've quietly watched people you once prayed with walk into relationships, marriages, new seasons, while you remained in the background, clapping for them with genuine joy, yet secretly wondering if I skipped over you. But hear me, I do not forget those who faithfully wait. I do not overlook those who walk with integrity when no one is watching. I do not ignore hearts who still hope in me even when hope feels hard to carry. I have seen every moment. You've pushed through loneliness and resisted settling for less than what I promised. I have heard every unspoken prayer, even the ones you whispered while convincing yourself you were okay. And now, in the divine timing that only I control, I am orchestrating a meeting that will shift the trajectory of your life. This year, yes, this very year, you will meet someone who doesn't just admire you, but honors you, because they will be sent by me, not for your comfort, but for your covenant. You've walked through heartbreak and healing. You've learned to lean on me in the silence. You've grown stronger in the absence of affirmation. You've redefined your self-worth without waiting for a relationship to validate you. That's not just growth, it's preparation. And because of that, I am not just sending someone to date you. I'm sending someone who will value the oil you carry. This person will come with respect, with spiritual vision, with emotional maturity, and with the ability to stand with you. Not over you, not beneath you, but beside you as a true partner. They won't be threatened by your strength, nor confused by your softness. They won't ask you to water down your voice or silence your standards. In fact, they'll thank me for preserving you. They'll be drawn not to just your beauty, but to your faithfulness. And they'll understand that what you carry is not common, it's holy. So when they approach, they'll do so with honor, not arrogance, with intentionality, not inconsistency, with covering, not chaos. And you'll know it's different, not because it looks impressive, but because it feels like peace. This year, I am redeeming lost time. I'm restoring what was stolen by delays. bad choices, missed connections, or wrong alignments. I'm releasing you from cycles of almosts, of counterfeits, of confusion. No more loving in circles. No more giving more than you receive. No more excusing poor treatment in the name of patience. I've watched you walk away from what didn't match your spirit, even when it hurt, and that obedience did not go unnoticed. In fact, it was your no to what was not from me that created the space for the yes that is from me. And that yes is approaching now. They are not just available, they are aligned. They have been through their own refining. They've been learning to lead, to listen, to love with me at the center. They'll be gentle with your process. They'll be patient with your layers. They'll love your story, not despite it, but because of it. And you, my daughter, will finally be able to breathe. Not because everything will suddenly be perfect, but because you'll be with someone who doesn't make you feel like you have to fight to be understood. You won't have to over-explain, over-function, or overcompensate. You'll be free to be your full self, prayerful, powerful, playful, passionate, and they will celebrate every dimension of you. This is the love I've been preparing for you. The love that honors your time, honors your effort, honors your journey, honors your God. And when it begins, don't be afraid. Don't let past pain sabotage present peace. I will give you discernment. I will confirm what's real. I will protect your heart as I have always done. And above all, I will be with you. Because I'm not just sending a person, I'm entering this promise with you. So lift your head, reclaim your joy, refuse to rehearse the old disappointment. I'm doing something new. This year, not next. This season, not someday. This is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of the part that you thought was never going to happen. And it will be beautiful, not rushed, not forced, but God-ordained. And it will come with honor because you, my daughter, are worthy of it. Daughter, by now you've realized that everything I've taken you through wasn't punishment, it was preparation. Not for just any kind of connection, but for the kind of sacred companionship that is rooted in reverence and led by my spirit. You have spent years building a life, carrying burdens, creating beauty from broken places, learning to rely on me when the world gave you no one else to lean on. You have learned to pray in the silence, praise through the ache, and remain steadfast when nothing around you affirmed your expectation. And because of that, I call you blessed. I call you faithful. You have walked through the valley of waiting with grace, and I've been watching, and now heaven is shifting things in your favor. This year, I am fulfilling what you quietly kept hoping for. I am sending someone who sees you through my eyes, someone who walks in honor, not just attraction, someone who responds to your spirit, not just your appearance, someone who doesn't diminish your voice, but draws strength from it. And you'll know they're from me because their love won't ask you to shrink. It will create space for you to expand. The love that's coming is not a substitute for me. It's a reflection of me. That's why I had to take you through such a personal process. I had to strip away everything and everyone that couldn't carry the weight of your anointing. I had to protect you from hands that wanted access to you but not covenant with you. I had to teach you to value yourself before someone else could mirror that value. Because now, when this connection begins, it won't feel like striving. It won't feel like you're auditioning to be loved. You won't be anxiously waiting for a text, begging to be prioritized, or pretending to be okay with crumbs. You'll be honored fully, emotionally, spiritually, even practically. They'll want to understand your rhythms. They'll ask about your relationship with me. They'll take time with your thoughts. They'll notice your needs without being told. And most of all, they will recognize that loving you is not just a choice, it's an assignment from me. Yes, this person will be imperfect. They'll have their own story, their own scars, but they'll be humble, whole, healed, and honoring. They won't see your singleness as a mystery. They'll see it as evidence of my covering, because I preserved you until they were ready, and I preserved them until you were ready. You see, you were never just waiting on a person. You were waiting on divine alignment. You were waiting for the moment when two timelines, two callings, two spirits prepared in the secret place would finally collide in the open. And that time is now. You're not too late. You didn't miss the mark. You're not starting over. You're arriving at the beginning of a chapter I wrote long ago, but saved for such a time as this. And this time, love will be different. It won't be built on chemistry alone, but on character, commitment, calling, and Christ. I am sending you someone who is not afraid of the years you've lived. They'll honor the wisdom you've gained. They won't try to rewrite your past. They'll ask how it shaped your faith. They won't ignore your boundaries. They'll respect them as evidence of your growth. They won't compare you to anyone, because in their eyes, you'll be the answer to a prayer they stopped voicing. This is not a person who shows up because you need rescuing. This is someone who arrives because they were sent. Sent to love you gently. Sent to laugh with you freely. Sent to learn you slowly. Sent to lift you daily. And when you experience it, your soul will know this is not a replacement for anything lost. This is a reward for everything endured. You'll look at him and you'll see years of tears finally blooming into joy. So don't give in to discouragement. Don't revisit closed doors. Don't lower your standards. I am not in the business of teasing your heart. I'm in the business of fulfilling promises. And I promise to give you the desires of your heart when you delight in me. And you've done that. You've kept your posture, even when it felt like nothing was changing. You've spoken life over dry seasons. You've loved me more than the outcome. And now I'm showing you I did not forget you. I did not overlook your name, and I certainly didn't ignore your longing. I just needed to make sure that when the blessing came, you wouldn't confuse it for a test. That's why I've matured your discernment. I've healed the places that used to call dysfunction love. I've made you whole so you'd never again settle for someone who only knows how to love broken things. This year, daughter, you will be honored, not for pretending to be okay, not for hiding your desire, but for standing, for enduring, for believing, for healing. You will be loved the way you've always known love could be, with intention, reverence, maturity, and peace. And the one I'm sending will not only see you as a woman, they'll see you as a witness, a testimony, a vessel of my faithfulness. And you'll finally experience a relationship that feels like rest. Because love built by me doesn't have to be chased, it simply has to be received. Daughter, you've come this far not just because of your strength, but because of my grace. And now, as we come to the close of this prophetic release, I want you to know, not in your head, but in your spirit, that this word is already set in motion. This isn't just encouragement. This is alignment. This is fulfillment. This is prophecy being born into reality. You have been faithful with little. You have stewarded singleness with integrity. You have not compromised who you are just to fit into someone else's shallow version of love. You've endured the sting of rejection, the ache of invisibility, the tension of hope deferred, and you've done it without abandoning your belief in me. So now, hear me with fresh ears and a soft heart. This year, not next, not someday, but this year, you will meet someone who honors you. Because the weight you carry is no longer meant to be carried alone. I did not create you to live in isolation. I did not wire your heart for survival alone. I created you to thrive, to love and be loved, to give and be poured into, to share the journey of faith with someone who knows how to war in the spirit with you and for you. This person is not coming as a distraction. They are coming as confirmation. Confirmation that the wait was not wasted. Confirmation that love is still holy. Confirmation that I never forgot your name, your tears, your timeline. When they arrive, your heart will know, because my spirit will bear witness with yours. You will not be overwhelmed with anxiety or confusion. Instead, you will feel what you have not felt in years. Safety. Safe to speak, safe to rest, safe to trust, and most of all, safe to be seen. Because this love will not demand performance. It will invite presence. It will not force healing. It will respect your process. You are not too complicated. You are not too old. You are not too late. In fact, you are right on time. You are more rooted, more discerning, more healed, more aligned than ever before. And the person I am sending is not coming to fix you. They are coming to join you, to walk with you, to walk under me with you. As a partner who understands that real love is covenant, not convenience. They will not compete with your calling. They will complement it. They will not silence your voice. They will amplify it. They will not shadow your shine. They will protect it. You'll know them not just by their words, but by their posture, their humility, their consistency, their reverence for me. They will see the anointing on your life and treat it as sacred, not because you demand it, but because they were raised in the presence of God to recognize it. This will not be a love that drains. It will be one that builds. You'll make decisions together. You'll dream together. You'll pray together, not out of religious habit, but because prayer will be your daily language. When you speak, they will listen, not to fix, but to understand. When you cry, they will cover, not with shame, but with stillness. When you need space, they will discern, not disappear. This is what love looks like when I'm at the center. No manipulation, no emotional guessing games, no withholding, no trauma cycles, just clarity, peace, safety, and honor. Yes, honor, because that is what you have always deserved, and that is what I am now commanding over your life. I am not sending you someone who needs you to shrink so they can feel secure. I'm sending someone who is so secure in me that they celebrate everything about you, the way you think, the way you lead, the way you create, the way you serve, the way you worship. They will see you not as too much, but as more than enough. And they will show up ready, emotionally, spiritually, mentally. Not perfect, but prepared. Because I've been working on them while I've been working on you. And when I bring you together, you will not just fall in love. You will walk into it, step by step, word by word, revelation by revelation, and I will walk with you. Because this is not just about companionship, this is about kingdom purpose. You've prayed for love, but I'm giving you legacy. This relationship will not erase your pain, but it will help redeem it. You'll understand why it never worked with anyone else. You'll look back and realize that every closed door, every unanswered text, every painful ending was a rescue. I didn't delay your love story to torture you. I delayed it to protect you, to grow you, to guard the kind of love I was crafting for your life. Because what's coming is not for the faint of heart. It's for the ones who have trusted me even when the road was lonely. You stayed faithful. You kept believing. You never gave up on love. You just refused to settle for less than what I promised. And now, I'm rewarding your endurance. This year will not just bring a person, it will bring a shift. A shift in how you see yourself. A shift in how others treat you. A shift in how you walk through the world. No longer overlooked. No longer underestimated. No longer carrying silent shame. No longer doubting your worth. You are a daughter of the King, and this year I will make sure you are loved like it. This love will reflect my gentleness, my joy, my clarity, my peace, my purpose, and it will bring you back to life in places you didn't even know were still numb. You won't have to beg for consistency. You won't have to wonder if they see your value. They'll make it clear because I will have shown them in secret who you are. So prepare your heart, daughter. Not in fear, but in faith. Clean the old wounds. Release the old cycles. Heal what's left to heal. Because this is the year I fulfill what I promised. This is the year you will be seen rightly, loved fully, chosen intentionally, and honored deeply, not just by anyone, but by someone I sent, with a heart after mine, and a love that mirrors how I've always loved you.